Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Dad, as we celebrate your 82nd birthday, I think this passage is something that is special to represent a calling that God had on your life. Even though you came from a very difficult childhood that I can only imagine. We just thought we had it tough growing up at the camp. That was nothing compared to what you experienced. But the experience of growing up in such a dysfunctional family with pain and rejection and alcoholism and death, um, somehow that's prepared you and given you a sensitive heart that, as a shepherd, to many lost sheep. I'm reminded of that famous poem that you love to quote about the poor black sheep done gone astray. That poor black sheep was me. And that poor black sheep was thousands and thousands that have gone through the camp, and hundreds that have already gone on into heaven that will be there to greet you one day, as a shepherd that left all, left everything that he had, and went out into the woods and seeking after them to save them from a certain and terrible tragic death, almost like you experienced as a child. The book of Matthew reads, "The greatest among you will be your servant, for whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted." Well, Dad, you certainly gave me and all of us an example of what a real servant is. I've seen you give of yourself in many ways, and menial tasks, and just simple ways of loving another person, even to the point of washing their feet, um, or washing dishes for a group of people. No matter what it was, you wanted to be a servant and a faithful servant. Just as the Lord gave us that example, you also have been that example. Dad, I know this past year has been pretty tough on you, um, as you've been struggling with the physical limitations and the weakness, and just not being able to do the things that you uh, find are so much a part of your life, whether it was journaling every day, um, or just getting out and ministering to somebody. I think that's been the toughest part for you in dealing with the issues of aging. There's some verse in the Bible that you've encouraged others, and I think it's maybe time for you to also be encouraged, and that's in Philippians. Philippians 4:4. "Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Dad, I pray that peace in the midst of the struggle of getting older is something that you would wake up with every morning and carry with you in your heart every day, and that you would find strength in that, uh, and just be surrounded by those that love you and care for you and are thankful uh, that they can be a part of your life even now. I was just on the next page that I found a few more verses that I just had to read to you, and I want to do that now. In Philippians again, "I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances." Well, I know you're dealing with some tough circumstances, but I pray that you can be content in that. And just beyond that, it says, "I can do everything through him who gives me strength." I know you quoted that to me many times. You wrote it in letters to me. And so now I pray that the Lord that will give you strength and every day, but not only just strength, but joy. And in Philippians, again, probably 3:14, you probably know it by heart, but it was good for you to share in my troubles. I think you feel sometimes that you're a burden, and it's too much to help care for you. But guess what? It's our blessing to be able to share in those troubles that you're experiencing, and to help you and all your needs. And God's not through with you yet. Otherwise, you'd already be home. And one more. And God shall supply all your needs according to his glorious riches in Christ Jesus. Can't say more than that. So, Dad, I want to thank you again and take this opportunity to wish you a happy, happy, happy birthday. And just tell you how grateful I am to be your son and to share this day with you. I'm so blessed to be able to do that. And I wanted to say it in a way a little bit different this year, and invite many others to also be able to do this. And hopefully you enjoy it and have a wonderful, happy birthday.